Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at calculating the mean, mode and median for a set of numbers. So I have some data here from a business, and the business is trying to look at their delivery times. So they've looked at 50 orders and they've set out here the delivery times for those orders. And now they're ready to analyze this data. So they're going to look at the average, or the mean, which is the average of the values, the median, which is the middle of these values, and the mode, and that's the value that appears most frequently. We'll also look at minimum and maximum. So let's see how we're going to calculate these. For mean, it's really the average. So we're just going to type in the function average. Equal average, open the bracket. I'm going to select over my data. So I have 50 pieces of data here. They're now selected. I'm going to finish this with a close rounded bracket and just press enter. So the average value in this list is 4.28. The average is calculated by adding up all of these delivery times and then dividing by 50 because I've got 50 of them. The average function just makes it a whole lot easier. Now median is our middle value, and that's just equal median. Open bracket, select over all of your data, and then we'll just close the bracket and press enter. So the median value, the middle value, is 4. So if we arranged all these in a row, the middle value would be 4. The mode is the value that appears most frequently. Now you're going to encounter something here when you start typing equal mode, because Excel is going to give you 3 functions, and one of these has a little alert on them. The mode function you shouldn't really be using these days. It's just there for some backward compatibility. Now there's mode single and mode mult. Now the reason for this is that you could actually have more than one mode. So we're going to use mode mult, even though in this data we only have one number that is the most frequent. So I'm just going to click on here to use mode mult, and then we're going to select all our data again. Then I'm going to close my bracket and I'm going to press enter. So the value that appears most frequently is 3. But let's have a look at an example while we're here of 2 modes. So here is some of that cut down data. I've just reworked some of these numbers so that we actually have 2 modes. The value 3 days and the value 4 days both appear 3 times, and nothing else is that big. So now let's go and see what mode looks like when we have more than one mode. So equal mode, and we're going to take mult. And again, we're going to select our data. And again, we're going to press the bracket, because we may not know ahead of time that we actually have multiple modes, because there might be thousands of pieces of data. But this is what the results are going to look like. You get an array with the values. So here we've got 2 modes, they're 3 and 4, and we're being shown that in these cells. So these are in actual fact the modes, not a single mode, because you can have more than one. So when you're using this formula, you probably want to leave plenty of room around it in case you have multiple modes in your data. Now the other thing we're going to look at is maximum and minimum, because they're often very handy. But while we're here, let's also show a way of simplifying things a little bit. I'm going to select over all of my data, and I don't want to have to keep doing this. So up here in the name box, I'm just going to type my data and just press enter. So now I have what's called a named range for my data. So now let's type equal minimum. It's actually just MIN. And I'm going to type my data and close the bracket. You can see that Excel is automatically selecting my data. It just saves me from having to select it every time. It also makes sure that I get it right, so I don't drop some rows off the end here. And maximum equal max. Again, my data. Close bracket and press enter. So the maximum value in this list is 11. The minimum shipping days was 1. And we have average, median, and a single mode for this data. We also used a named range just to make things a little bit easier. You don't have to use it. You could use it for the average as well as the median. Let's just go in here and let's call this my data, since we have a named range for my data with getting the exact same value. So I hope that helps you with some of these basic statistical functions in Microsoft Excel. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.